The video game industry is bigger than Hollywood. It's bigger than the music industry. In fact, it's bigger than the Hollywood and music industry combined. With a behemoth that size, it's easy to see how entire niches can pop up right under our noses without even realising. And often, these niches end up becoming much bigger than whatever rubbish you happen to be playing. Of course, by this point, they're not really niches anymore, are they? Still, as a fan of the medium, I always find it fascinating when a new technology comes along that promises to bring a whole new world to this gaming niche. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the big ones, a trend that came and went so fast, you'd think EA was publishing it. Yep, today we're chatting about Web 3.0. We all love the idea of physically owning something, right? I mean, personally, I've spent way more money than I'd like to admit on systems like this. The 32X, a system that was trying something new, but ultimately failed. The big difference between something like this and this is that this is a digital rug pull. There's nothing here, guys. There's nothing here. Today we're going to be looking at the projects that promised us the future of gaming on the blockchain, only to leave backers with empty wallets and assets that are literally worth less than the electricity used to make them. Oh yes, today we're going to be looking at Ember, a fairly recent failure within the world of 3.0 crypto gaming. And don't worry, I'll explain what all of that means in just a bit, because I'm putting together a deep dive, not just as a warning for the present, but as a digital time capsule. I want to make sure that receipts are kept in a safe place so that future generations can watch this video and laugh at all of you stupid people who actually thought that this was the future. Welcome to Slope's Game Room. But before we get into the doom and gloom that is this video's topic, let's talk about something far more positive. Let's talk about Tholin Foulbeard. Okay, maybe not too positive. This dude is a mean son of a... That's right guys, today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's been a hot minute since these guys sponsored the channel, but now they're back. Obviously there's still a few of you guys out there that still for some reason are not playing Raid Shadow Legends, and I mean, what are you waiting for? Raid Shadow Legends may just be the greatest game I've ever played in my life. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code to get some amazing bonuses available only via my link or QR code. Not only can you get this legendary champion, but if you get to level 15, you get another amazing epic champion, Tagoar from the Orcs faction. Plus, new players get to choose any of these 6 champions using my link and one of the codes that you see on the screen. Want my advice? Use the code GOFAST and grab yourself the moody looking rabbit thing, Razelvarg. Once again, that code is GOFAST. Go fast, go fast, go faster, faster, faster. Go fast and do it now. Look, serious talk time. I think one of the reasons that Raid Shadow Legends keeps coming back to the channel is because so many people like to play Raid Shadow Legends because there's got endless amounts of content, some of which will really, really please my audience. And of course, it's the ability to play a AAA game on your mobile phone as well as on your PC, and you can do that cross-platform styling. If all this sounds good to you, use my link and QR code. Don't go to the App Store, but again, use my link or QR code, put in whatever promo code that suits your fancy, because that's the only way you're going to be getting one of these champions 48 hours after downloading the game. Once again, thanks to Raid Shadow Legends. There's going to be links down in that description and top comments, but for now, let's carry on with this video. Take a look at this. This is an article from the UK publication The Sun, a newspaper most commonly recognised as the birthplace of the page free girl, before they realised what decade it was. Now, notice how this piece talks very little about the actual game. Sure, it mentions it's an MMORPG and sprinkles in a few generic gameplay elements, but there is absolutely nothing here that makes it stand out from the thousands of other RPGs already gathering dust on your shelf. As an old school gamer, it's quite the confusing read. If I was interested in RPGs, I'd be asking, okay, what makes this one different? What's the story? What's the mechanics? And the closest thing that I can find to that is The game promises full player autonomy. Players don't have to choose a particular class or role, but can dictate everything about their gameplay experience. They can venture out and explore one of the 4 nations in the virtual world with a weapon of choice, fight monsters or other players, master a craft, or manage their land. Each region offers unique quests, monsters, and resources for crafting items, which can be used or sold in the player-driven economy. Okay, give the game its due. If customization is what you want, then you've got it. But that still doesn't tell me much of anything about the gameplay, the story, the interactions, the fighting mechanics, anything. With subheadings like how does Ember Sword work and how to play Ember Sword, you'd think there would be something in here, right? Unfortunately, no. And why is that? Because the gameplay was never the point of Ember Sword. The point of Ember Sword was just how much money you could allegedly make whilst playing it. Articles like this are made for people that don't want to play a game. They want to earn money, and this is just another way of doing it. Sure, everybody watching this, I suppose, technically wants both of those things, but when you merge them together, what you end up with is a game with no soul. They've taken away the core feature of a game and replaced it with working for money. But the big question is, how did we even get here? Get to a point in gaming when people actually want to spend their time, quote unquote, playing something, even though it may not be enjoyable, for the sole purpose of possibly earning money? Well, to answer that, we need to go all the way back to the beginning. The year was 2021, the world was locked inside, bored, and apparently looking for new ways to set their money on fire. And Bright Star Studios gave them that opportunity. They promised a AAA classless MMORPG that would run directly in your browser. No downloads, no barriers, just pure gaming bliss. Along with that lovely and completely useless digital ownership slapped on top. Now, for those out there that are not Web3 aficionados, which I'm guessing is quite a few of you, let me break this all down. The idea was play to earn. You play the game, you find a digital sword, and instead of just being a bit of data on a server that you can use or trade like you can any other game, it's a one-of-a-kind NFT item. And you, for all intents and purposes, own that digital sword, meaning that you can sell it for real world money. Like, imagine Mario finds a unique one-of-a-kind mushroom, and then you, the first person to find it, can now sell it. Okay, a bit of a stupid example, but you get the point. A better example would have been for me to tell you what they actually did. To make the world feel real, they sold the digital land within it. Actual virtual plots of grass where you could build shops or just sit there and collect income from other players. And boy oh boy, did people buy it. In 2021, they opened up a land sale that was more oversubscribed than an Elvis comeback tour. What I mean by that was that they had 35,000 applicants pledging to buy that land, and they were offering, wait for it, over $203 million. $203 million, guys. Now, I know we live in a day and age where massive numbers gets thrown around all over the place, but just to put that into perspective, that's getting close to the amount of money they spent on GTA 5. All for a game that at this point in time barely existed. So why were they willing to pump so much money into this not yet released game? Well, they had the big guns behind it, and they obviously know what they're talking about, right? We're talking about Dr. Disrespect, Twitch co-founder Kevin Lin, the head of YouTube Gaming Ryan Wyatt, and even Rob Pardo, the lead designer of a little known game called World of Warcraft. But here's where that, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me, wasted money ends up turning into a massive scam. Development didn't just stall once, it happened multiple times. To begin with, when they made their money, those NFTs were purchased on the platform Polygon, then known as Metric. But then, a year or so later, they requested to move all of the NFTs to Immutable. And then a few years later again, they moved them all again to Mantle. The best way I can explain this is, imagine a game company has to move everything they've done to a new game engine mid-development. But then also, all of you eager fans that own assets also need to move all of your assets over too. Digital assets that have not been migrated will from December 1st, 2023 no longer be supported. Oh, and on the subject of game engine changes, they did that too. Moving from Unreal to their own proprietary engine, creating no less than 5 development engines themselves.
Hello and welcome back to the Juice News. In this video we're going to play the Ember closed beta. This game is an MMORPG and it will be available for closed beta on July 12th for land holders.
This, ladies and gents, is footage of the game in early access. This is what 7 years and hundreds of millions of dollars gets you. A soulless, low poly, unexcited vector game that makes you surely wish you were playing anything else. Am I alone? Look, yeah, okay, I'm someone that would much rather play a smaller indie game with lesser graphics than a massive AAA game, but still, I mean, look at this thing. Am I alone in thinking the only people that would really want to play this are doing it because they think they can earn money out of this? Which obviously didn't happen. The final blow came less than a year later in May of 2025. Bright Star Studios turned off the servers and released a statement saying, "Thanks to the incredible team here and your support, we got further than many ever thought we could." Not sure about that. I'm pretty sure the people that backed it to the tune of $200 million thought that it might get a little further along. So I suppose the big question now is, with the game no longer happening, what's going to happen to that $200 million worth of NFT assets? The $1 million worth of fake digital land that's connected to a server that is no longer online. Well, trust in the project had been plummeting for quite some time up to this point, but when this announcement was suddenly dropped and those servers were instantly shut off without any warning, the price of Ember coin went from the already low 0.12 cents to 0.0004 cents, a 99.6% drop. To put this into perspective, if little Johnny here had 1,000 apples, he now had 4. But that's what you get for spending more time on designs and ideas over actual coding. Over $200 million spent and absolutely nothing to show for it. Well, okay, not nothing. If you want to buy a piece of digital history for this game, it won't cost you more than a few pennies. And if you ask me, you're going to be overpaying. Hey there guys, thanks for checking out the video. Now this one was obviously a little bit different than what I normally do on the channel, looking into Web 3.0 games. Definitely not something that I know a lot about and stuff, you know. I definitely don't normally talk about all this sort of stuff, but that's why videos like this take a long time to research. I really had to go deep on this, make sure I definitely understood everything about this and explain in a simple way for other people that might not know about this, why it breaks down, all that sort of stuff. You know, videos like this take a long time. Thank you guys so much. And in fact, this whole video was going to be longer. There's another 3 segments already filmed, but I didn't feel confident releasing them until I just double checked my facts and had done a few more things. And you know, you run out of time in this world of YouTube. You do have to release videos weekly if you want to grow, and unfortunately, you know, I could put something out that I don't know if I'm 100% happy with, or I can just do this. And this is the big deep dive into this one particular game. There are 3 other things that we talk about, all failed for different reasons, so expect that one to come up very soon. But yeah, look, it's all these people down here that allow me to take extra time and research these topics, because I find this sort of stuff fascinating and I love learning about this and finding weird niches in gaming. This sort of stuff, you know, this is exciting to me, and it's these people down here that allow me to continue researching this sort of stuff and hopefully put it in a package that you guys can divulge and you enjoy it. So yeah, look, thank you guys to everybody out there that watches the video, but specifically thank you to these people down here that allow me to make these videos every single week, with an extra big shout out going to Andrew Dalton, Bram Perez, British video game nerd, Chev Matic, Chris aka Brackman, Conrad Constantine, Action Saxon, Dina, Insidious Bliss, Jay is Manchild, Jabba Al Aiden, Jeff Mianowski, Keiju Samurai 1985, Livestream, Mass Replay, Mike Fallon, Nicholas Bertner, Paul Float, Richard Aldergic, Robert Ramsey, Ryan Burford, Shadow Dragon, Swift Justice Peterson, The Sneaky Ferrets, Vitas Varnes, Ye Old Hamburglar, Stephen Hefner, Livestream, Paisley Simpson, Thomas Cody Baxter, Dina81, Hematura Villarreal, Derekuda, Enraged Gecko, Akatimo84, Ian Quell, Mind of the Unsane, and XZX. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Like I said, I've already written, just want to double check my facts a little bit, you know, cross a few I's, dot a few T's, just make sure that everything is all factual and correct before I get this next video out, which should hopefully be coming pretty soon, looking into a few more games of a similar nature that failed for different reasons. And if you've got some suggestions, make your way over to the Discord and come and chuck them in there. I love doing these deep dives. It's so fascinating to me. It really is. Look, thank you guys so much for your support. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to go continue researching so I can get this next video out for you. So until next time, guys, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.